So this is Dawn moving Aragorn, and here we have a fine example of a beautiful West Cork summer morning. So he's going to transfer from that beast to that beast.
Hello, my name is Henry, and I'm going to launch this afternoon as well.
This is Henry's boat here.
Yeah.
So this is me, and so once Aragorn gets down to the ground level, we'll step on board and he'll lower it into the water, and I have to go around and check that there's no leaks. So I'll sign off, and I shall see you hopefully when we're afloat. Here we are afloat, and I show you the river now. And that's the boatyard, and this is the boat. So we just got into the water and we tied down. So there's another boatyard over there. That's another boatyard, and this is O'Donovan's boatyard where we've been. So we just tied on to beside this tourist boat here just overnight, because the tide was pretty much at high tide and the river is quite shallow, and I don't like going down in a shallow river when the tide is going out, because we have almost 2 meters under the water here, and well, if you hit the ground it's hard to get off, and the tide keeps going down, so eventually you end over on your side feeling very foolish and very uncomfortable and with a very big bill. So we'll wait here until about 10 o'clock tomorrow morning when the tide comes in, just about 2 hours before high tide, and that way if we do hit the ground, then hopefully the rising tide will lift our boat. God, it's untidy down there, isn't it?
Can't get a good galley slave these days.
So as you can see, the inside of the boat's a bit of a mess. We have loads of tidying up to do before we get anywhere. And this is low water. So you can maybe see that's Aragorn's mast there behind that tourist boat. But there's a lot more mud around. So this is us, and we're heading down the river. There's beautiful views of West Cork countryside here. The boatyard is a few miles back up that way. In front of us then, it gets very, very shallow, very quickly on either side. So we're going nice and slow, and hoping that we won't hit the ground. I have a GPS which tracked our position the first time we came up here, and we didn't hit the ground, and so we're trying to follow that same track. You might be able to see the line on the map, but that's the GPS plotter, and that little boat symbol is us heading down the river. So as long as I stay on that line, we have a good chance of not hitting the ground. Okay, so we're heading for Baltimore, and we're going to drop the anchor because there's no marina there, and I'll give you an update when we get there. So now we're leaving Baltimore. That's Aragorn over there, the one with the flag, if you can just about see it. We're on a mooring. We've spent the weekend fixing things and finding out what was broken, and trying to fix them as well, and breaking more things. So now we're going back to home to rest for a few days, and we'll come back and continue our boat maintenance in exotic places next week. The weather hasn't been bad, even though every video I took has been in miserable weather. The weather was beautiful for a few days while we were in the villages cleaning things out, but that's the way it goes.